Hi, my name is Toye Krukrubo and I'm a legal practitioner based in Nigeria here, practicing out of Port Harcourt actually.
Hi everyone, my name is Perenami Momodu. I am arbitration consultant and Gately Legal's head of Africa practice. This year, I'm also very honored to be co-chairing the CIAB Nigeria 2026 annual conference and gala night. So it's interesting because I remember that day I was at home, it was after close of work, and my phone rang, and I saw that it was Madam Chair, Mrs. Adegbomire, who was calling me. And in typical fashion, I thought she was trying to check up on me to find out, how I was doing, how work was. And so I picked up very excitedly, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Mrs. A." And she was like, well, of course, she did check up on me. And then she said, oh, there's something she would like to discuss with me. And then she went on and mentioned that she wanted me to co-chair this year's conference. And at first I was like, what? You want me to do all that work this year? But she was like, no, I think you can do it. I've thought about this and I think this is something you can do. And so at that point, I actually got really, really excited.
Oh yeah, I was informed by the branch chair, another very distinguished colleague, depending on how you see her, Mrs. A, Mrs. Adegbomire, who was kind enough to hint actually that Tony, you better be ready. You may be in the forefront of this forthcoming conference. I didn't think too much of it until the news came. It is an honor. I think it's also a challenge. I love challenges. I've been privileged to be part of previous central planning committees of other conferences within Nigeria. So in my view, I think the conference is coming back home to Port Harcourt, and we look forward to hosting the entire country and beyond.
For me, I've come full circle with CIAB, starting off as an associate, getting into fellow, becoming a fellow, and then chairing the conference. I've always looked up to other co-chairs and thought they did excellently well. And so it just seemed like a huge task, but also one that seemed, very, very fulfilling. And then I asked her the next question. And so who is my co-chair? And then she was like, oh, you have Mr. Kukubo SAN. And I was like, fantastic. I have, a fantastic person to work with. And then I asked the very next question. And where is the conference? Where are we planning to have the conference? And she said, oh, this year we're planning to go to Port Harcourt. And for me, I was like, this is the best thing ever because I'm from Bayelsa. And I used to be from Rivers State before Bayelsa was created. And so I have very strong ties to Rivers State. And so I thought, finally, somebody is taking me back home to do a conference there. So it was very exciting. Again, it did feel like, and it still does feel like a huge task, but it's not one that is not enjoyable. It's not one that is insurmountable because again, the CIAB community and even the entire CPC is so supportive. Very close-knit, it's like a family. I've been planning the conference with Mr. Kukubo for a couple of weeks now. And we've been doing it with the Port Harcourt chapter, who are excellent. And that's the review I've always had. The whole CPC is fantastic. It's like there's so much warmth around planning the conference. And even though we're all working very hard to put together a fantastic conference, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like one of those other things that we're doing. So I'm so positive. There's been such good feedback from everyone. There have been people in the conference planning committee who consistently plan the conference over years. And so, there's a lot of experience that we're leveraging on. There's a lot of even the experience of the past chairs. They're also very supportive. I have a couple of past chairs who frequently call me and they're like, how is it going? Do you need any help with this? How do you want us to assist? This is a tip here and there. So I'm so excited. It's such a warm community. Like I said, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like the next best thing. And we're going to deliver a fantastic conference. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to those registering. Thanks to the CPC. Thanks to the branch chair. Thanks to the Exco. Thanks to even everyone watching this right now.